Warning, I do not own most or perhaps all of the images used in this review. These images are used purely for demonstrative and or humorous purposes. Thank you for understanding. Additionally, this review may feature video footage of other players of Warframe. This footage has been minimalized, but may still be present in trace amounts. Additionally, much footage has been taken of my friend and fellow YouTuber Lil Leto, who introduced me to the game and allowed me to record him. A link to his channel can be found in the description, so please subscribe to him. Like me, he's been starting out in the YouTubing world, and he needs a tad bit of motivation, but he's also better than me at games in general. So please show him some subscriptions and he'll reward you with some epic content. We good? We good. You know what's awesome? Mech suits are awesome. You know what's an awesome game about mech suits? Warframe. The game was developed by Digital Extremes, who also developed Bioshock 2 and many other interesting titles, so you know you're in for quality already. The game touched down on the 25th of March 2013, establishing itself well as a cooperative, free-to-play, third-person online action game. Steam marks the game as very positive, both recently and overall, with lots of reviewers at this time. It only earned an okay 68 on Metacritic, and has won the ZAM 2013 Action Game of the Year, the Inc. Games 2013 Readers Awards Best Free-to-Play, and finally, it is the champion of the MMOBomb.com Ultimate F2P Showdown. The game supports 14 languages, which is a record for us, but only English gets full audio, as usual. Unfortunately for Linux and Apple users, Warframe is exclusive to Windows on the computer, but is available on both PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. On Windows, it requires 2 GB of RAM and 10 GB of storage space, so it's pretty intense compared to what we've seen previously. The story is interesting. We are one of the last of an ancient group of godlike beings called the Tenno, who have access to a piece of ridiculous technology called the Warframe, which is essentially a mech suit that channels their own godlike powers into a machine. However, we've been in cryosleep for ages, only to be awoken by a being called the Lotus, who says we're needed again. However, we are discovered before we can leave by a person named Vor, who places a device on us. We escape anyway, with help from the Lotus, and must remove Vor's device from ourselves. Our avatar is an unnamed Tenno. We know nothing about, hell, we don't even know what a Tenno looks like without their Warframe for a very long time. Characters we do know of somewhat, however, are the Lotus, who acts as our guide throughout the game, and who, again, we know basically nothing of, and Ordis, who is awesome. Ordis is the AI of the player's old ship. Unfortunately, it's our old ship, left parked while we were in cryosleep, and thus has been affected by time and by raiding parties. As you'd expect, being essentially left to rot and having chunks torn out of them for an undetermined but long period of time, they've gone slightly crazy. And by that I mean they've gone utterly insane, but in a very likeable, sort of empathetic way. Just listen a little.
Well put together, operator. Now get out there and cut down and make the Lotus proud.
The game is a mostly third-person shooter with lots of parkour. I mean lots. Just look at this. I'm like a robot ninja on ninjaroids. Objectives are very standard. Point defense, mobile defense, hunt and destroy, reach an objective, then reach extraction, etc. They're executed expertly, however. The game's HUD is pretty standard, but very well done third-person shooter HUD, featuring your health, your ammo, your current weapon, your objective, minimap, all that stuff. There are 3 kinds of weapon that you will have equipped at any one time. A primary weapon, which is generally some sort of rifle or bow, a secondary weapon, usually some sort of kind of pistol or throwing knives, and a melee weapon, usually some kind of sword. These weapons have levels that increase over time to get stronger. Additionally, you can get modifiers to strengthen your gear, and you can get new warframes to use over time. The game's difficulty curve is okay, but you will need teammates for most missions, hence the reason why I chose to record with others, despite the risk of cross-contamination. The game's progression unlocks new blueprints to make new equipment and abilities for your Warframe. The game also hosts a bunch of achievements if synchronized with Steam, and the levels are fun enough to be rewarding to reach. Just look at this footage, it's a joy to watch, even though I myself am playing. The environments are beautiful and well executed. Unfortunately, these environments are reused very often, kind of draining the magic from them. The music is very much a background thing, but it enhances the atmosphere all that much more. Said atmosphere is practically indescribable, but it's very enjoyable. This is a free-to-play game, but it's free quality. So go now, play this game. Unless you're younger than 13 years of age, or dislike high violence, and even then, the violence can be disabled in the options. I'd say that this game is probably the best I've reviewed so far.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Alright, so first, thank you for watching. Please remember that you can use my email in the description below to send me things. If I use them, I will credit you in this section. Additionally, remember that I have a blog that I put my video transcripts into. So if you'd like to see my reviews in a different form, or know someone who can only enjoy it in that form, check that out in the description too. Finally, remember that the channel link for Little Leto is in the description. He's seriously more skilled than I am, so please go subscribe. Okay, so moving on from that, I'd like to ask you guys to activate your subscribe function. If the quality levels remain steady, hit the like button and use that comment section. If they drop, well, the dislike button exists for that purpose. Any feedback is good feedback as long as it's constructive. This is Voltatilis, and I'll see you in the next week for the next review.